the ancestry DNA stuff, I kind of had to go through some of that stuff myself and understand maybe what this person, my birth father, would be feeling if I tried to make contact. She had this cousin of mine has been quite a great advocate. She's talked to my one remaining auntie who is in direct contact with my birth father, and kind of gives me little nuggets once in a while on how things are going. But as I said, that family doesn't want to get involved because my father is near 90 now, and I think he doesn't, I guess wouldn't want to maybe be involved.
My mom just turned 90.
Okay. Yeah.
And she actually texts. Can you believe it?
Oh,
yeah,
I do believe that.
Yeah.
Yep. It's possible.
And it's got to be kind of, disappointing as well because, you want to be able to say, hey, I am part of your lineage.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Don't want anything, but I just want to know you. And so that's got to be disappointing in a way.
No, don't worry about it. You're going to.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's where I'm at right now. That has already happened. I've written that letter. I've located my father, where he's at. I know where he is. I know I have 2 half siblings, and I had.
So he now knows that
he does not.
Oh, he
know.
does not. Okay.
So here's the crappy thing that happened. Excuse me, one sec. Is that I located him. I hired a private detective to deliver my first contact letter to Frank, and he did, but he said his wife answered the door, took the letter, and what did she? Oh, well, I had 3 attempts. First attempt, she had written back on the letter, returned to sender, and stuck it in the mail.
Wow.
I took that envelope. I didn't even open it back up, and I sent it again. I resent it with another letter explaining, I should go back. The letter, the first contact letter that I wrote was exactly what you were talking about, Brett. Some of those concerns or things that someone might out of the blue be, I don't want anything other than to, say thanks for what you've given me.
Yeah.
Right.
Or I want to know my medical history in case.
Well, there's some of that important stuff.
Well, I mean, you could have half siblings that you want to be in contact with, and I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, yes.
Your second attempt was putting it in another envelope.
Put in another envelope with a little more information. Basically, my cousin knew that I sent this first contact letter, and it blew up the family. She's like, okay, so his wife got this. She read it to the kid. She called his sister, my auntie, who's and she's like, hey, I don't know. I don't know who this person is. So you're denying it. And so she, again, was angry. I get it. I get those emotions. I get it.
Right.
Where she would get that. But so the second letter, again, I put a little more information. I just said, I'm sorry. Maybe the first letter didn't get to you. And again, I repeated everything my intentions. And I said, I feel like with more research that I've done, I kind of name dropped this cousin, and she said this, you could be, my father. And again, that got returned to me. So
the ones that were returned, they were never opened?
Or
were they
apparently the first one actually was open.
Oh,
all right.
Nice
So now they're
seal job.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then so my cousin tells me, well, they spoke, and it was his wife and their children's decision not to let him see this. And you know what?
Is that their decision though?
Exactly.
That's not their decision.
So they made
Not
the
theirs,
decision for him.
Correct.
That's too bad.
And that's kind of what blew up my auntie and my cousin. They were kind of, like I said, advocating for me. And, but yeah, that was their thought too, is like, this has nothing to do with anybody but Frank and, me.
Well, I think one of the cousins should ruin family dinner at Thanksgiving or something. And
Well,
just
that may
blurt
happen.
it out to him.
Yeah.
That might happen.
Send him a big picture, a big picture of you. headshot.
I've sent several pictures, but I'm trying to find a way to crack through the barrier there.
You can always knock on their door.
Well,
Well, I mean, at the very least, if it doesn't go to him at 90 years old, at least you can at least touch base with your half brothers and sisters and try to.
I think ultimately, that could
communicate with them and say,
I
hey,
think it will.
Yeah.
I think it will.
and that would be a good thing too.
Maybe his father's mindset is also maybe he's very fragile. Maybe he's close to death. Maybe knowing this at this point in his life would actually be harmful because he would have a ton of regret and a ton of heaviness on him. And just wondering, that could happen. So,
yeah,
I mean, that could be a part of it too. And so there's a lot that you don't know.
Right.
And I can completely think of all those things that are possibly why they don't want him to have this contact. Or maybe there's already been 10 others that have done this and they don't want to go through.
Well, as a musician,
yep.
And when he was doing this, was he married at the time? Is that something that you've thought about?
100%.
That now the wife is like, we're not going to go down this road.
We're not going to open that can of worms.
Right.
Well, I'll say this, that I'm 3 months older than one of my half siblings.
So, yeah. All right.
Right.
So there you go.
Exactly.
Oh, so, okay.
But that just because it becomes the family secret doesn't mean that they should shut you out. I mean,
and I think over time that might happen, but again, just back to that point of someone knocking on the door or whatever it is.
Right.
But there's also a term out there that's called reaping what you sow. I mean, you have to own up to your responsibilities, and not even responsibility, but just something you did.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at all the things that have happened,
but it sounds like they were shielding him from seeing the letters, though.
Right. But
yeah, and I think maybe it's again being his advanced age. There might be some
multiple.
There could be some stuff, but when you look at all the things that could have happened, and you ended up with the family that you ended up with, a very caring, loving family. I mean, your family is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember meeting them. They're great. Your sister, I remember meeting her, and she's awesome. I mean, you really got, in terms of the
lottery.
luck, luck
Won the lottery,
that had to happen for you to land in that family and to be nurtured and loved and brought up to be the man that you are today.
Yeah.
With the family that you have, that's incredible.
I was incredibly fortunate to have the best of both worlds at this point.
Wow.
Like to know where I came from and have someone or family that
kudos to your parents too.
100%. Yep, 100%.
But knowing that your father, your biological father, was a percussionist, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, really cool. And then, doing a little bit of research on him too. I should go back to, and I it's so frustrating because I wish I could have had this technology.
Sure.
Years ago when I was looking, because the dude lives in Ohio. And he's not living on the islands or anything like that.
Oh, so he's close. He's relatively close.
Close.
Wow,
Yeah,
interesting.
So, yeah. Anyway, back to what was the question? Here we go.
So the question is, now you have children of your own now.
Yes.
Okay. How many children do you have?
I have 4.
4 kids?
Yep.
And I think you were talking about in your bio that you have a special education child.
Yes. Yep. I do.
And of course, we have a guy that has special education. So I thought that was really interesting, and I knew you guys would have a lot to talk about, especially with your martial arts. We'll get into later. But with your kids, how old are they, and who do you have?
Well, I have 2 boys and 2 girls. Oldest and youngest girls. 2 boys in the middle, and my 3rd oldest is the one that's got some, struggles. Diagnosed early. I think he was maybe 5th grade or so.
Okay.
Started showing some destructive behaviors.
Okay.
In the school setting.
Is this a medical diagnosis or an education?
This was a medical diagnosis of autism.
Okay.
And then severe mental health stuff and depression.
Okay.
So how old is he now?
20.
20.
And how's he doing?
Darn good. You know, it's it's going to be up and down,
Mhm.
but the frequency of outbursts and issues are behind us now.
Mhm.
I'm thinking.
Now, does he live at home or does he live on his own? Or
Yeah, he lives with me now.
Okay.
And has for several years.
Will he ever be able to be independent, or
I
hope
hope
I mean, there's
so.
so many levels of autism.
Yeah,
obviously.
and he's very high functioning and smart kid,
Mhm.
and that's I think you probably see that.
Oh, yeah.
too, just so
quite a bit.
smart, and but there's a goal to go out and live with a friend or have a job and all those things too. So that's what we've been trying to work on, but we've had so many hiccups along the way of
Sure.
some of those.
But
bumps and
at
bruises.
this age, he knows his triggers. He knows probably what makes him upset or what
Yeah.
he has, what he's uncomfortable with, and
Yes.
and does what he can to manage those things.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. I mean, people that have to go through those things that and that's a journey. I think with all of us with mental health and just trying to cope with all the things that are going on, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's been one of those concerns, just the climate of the world today,
Mhm.
and being hyper focused and worried about what's going to happen.
Sure.
And unfortunately, the poor kids had so much going on in our own neighborhood
Mm.
with, being verbally assaulted and physically assaulted by adults in our neighborhood.
Really?
Because
Wow.
he's different. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, that's not good.
And as a parent, that just, it's hard to hold back.
Yeah.
And the most recent, it's been 3 years now, but he was out playing Pokemon Go
Mhm.
in our
Right.
neighborhood. And that's one of two things that the kid enjoys doing is getting out, walking around and playing this game. And then the other is drumming. Anyway,
That's good.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like father, like son.
right. And,
Is he good?
darn good.
Oh.
He does this speed metal stuff that is
Nice.
it makes me tired just listening to it. So, anyways, out in the neighborhood, apparently had been interacting with another character or whatever they are, and back and forth on the app with some stuff and some words, and weeks later. This went on for 2-3 weeks. And then all of a sudden, one night I get a text message. It just says, gun now. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about?
Wow.
He was able to text more like location.
Mhm.
And it was just 3 blocks away. Didn't know what the heck he was talking about. So I ran up there. My car was not working at the time. So I'm like hauling up there as fast as I can. And there was this kid that they've been interacting with online, pulled a gun on him because
What?
yeah,
A kid pulled a gun?
well, it was not a kid, as it
It's
turns
adult.
out, an adult,
Oh.
40 something years old. And like, what are you doing out there playing this freaking game anyway? I get it.
Right.
You can fine, but getting that involved and that worked up over a game that
An
you're
app.
going to go out there and threaten someone with a gun,
Mhm.
So, smart kid remembered the license plate, description of the car.
Wow.
So immediately we
Wow.
called the police and dealt with that. They located him. Apparently, just lived a few blocks away.
Probably has some mental health problems of his own.
Very likely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one thing that we were able to do to get some charges pressed was that he was on school property when he did this.
Yep.
So we
Yeah,
lived by
that's bad. That's
100%.
really bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
So thank goodness that turned out the way it did, and this kid is not going to have I call him a kid. We couldn't, right? But
Mhm.
Yeah,
isn't gonna
he's
have
younger.
Yeah,
so,
isn't going to be able to have a gun anymore and do this kind of stuff.
Did he
So
actually have a gun?
He did. Yeah. The police, once they located this character, he gave it up.
Mm.
And the description was dead on. Like that kid just like, oh no,
So, yeah,
this-
you got a smart kid.
Yeah,
He might
100%.
have some inner workings that he's got to deal with, but it sounds like he's definitely a smart kid and knows when to reach out to you and how to reach out to you. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's taken a while, but we've gotten to that point.
Applause
now
to
where-
him. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So he's kind of working through those things.
Yes.
That's great.
Yep.
I know that Stacy here deals with more of the younger kids that have a little more issues.
All ages,
but,
no, all ages.
but but not even 20,
including me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Including me.
including her.
Well, it's funny because I have a couple of friends that have the kids that have autism, and communicate with them, and they just you just have to look at they have different proclivities, they're all so different, and once you find out, what their thing is, then you can kind of work from there is what I found, and that's what you have to do is you have to meet them and find out where how they're seeing life, the lens that they're looking through,
Yeah, that's right. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to have full custody of him and be able to be there and be the structure and on that flip side too, it's like I have gone through. I can't say everything that they've gone through, but like I'm right there too. I'm feeling.
How long were you married for?
10, just short of 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So has the divorce been that long, and did it affect him negatively, or
Yeah, I mean, all the kids share trauma through that stuff. I think now though, and I'm not going to start poking about the divorce and all those things, but we were through it now, and I think at this point, all the kids have a unique bond and are very close to each other because of some of those things that we went through the divorce stuff, and I've got a workable relationship with their mom.
Oh, and that's all you can hope for. To be able to, share that kind of family dynamic.
Yeah.
Even though you're not together, to be able to do things that are positive for your kids.
Yeah, Patrick.
Right.
And Patrick, Patrick's got kind of a similar deal. Divorce, and he's got 2 kids, and he does really well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about the kids and being happy. And I don't want my kids to see me hating on somebody else or being exposed to any kind of those feelings. And, it's pretty much business as usual when I, with my ex-wife and we exchange kids, it's all, it's just like a professional thing. It's just like, hi, how you doing? Here you go. Bye.
That's perfect.
It took me a while to figure that out, to like treat it like a business, like,
And
dry.
it's actually evolved so much. I left in 2018 and it was final in 2019, but you may have heard that I referee hockey. I actually referee hockey at the rink. She actually plays on 2 different teams. And I just a couple nights ago,
your ex-wife does, or the kids?
She plays on it. She plays on 2 teams.
Wow!
And I actually refereed one of her games a couple nights ago. It wasn't the first time though. Like, I actually did it like several months ago when I was a newbie, and it went okay. And actually, that game I called a guy for tripping her, and I didn't call her for anything. She didn't do anything actually, so it was fine. But when she got tripped, my arm went up and I hit the whistle, and I was just there to ref hockey. Like, so I don't hate on her. I don't think about the past. I want to referee hocky. So
you didn't have any deep recesses in your brain going, yes. No.
No.
You don't want the mother of his kids getting hurt, even if you're divorced.
Mother of my children to succeed in any way possible.
Exactly.
So,
Good.
Well, when they say happy wife, happy life, it goes happy ex-wife, happy life too. So
probably even more
stay
so.
out of court that way. Yeah. But yeah. So then this coming Thursday, she's got another game that I'm gonna referee. And it's like I don't tell her about it either. So when she walks on the ice,
but you make sure that you look you look really hot
before she gets on the ice. She gets clued off. But yeah, like she'll like look and like okay.
So you make sure you look super hot, right?
Come on.
For what? He's wearing stripes and a helmet.
Yeah, can't look hot in that stuff.